These native areas, you see these large clumps of wiregrass. It is far more dense than it was in 2014, so there will be quite a few anxious walks on wayward drives. Bottom line, if you stray, you at some point will pay. And there are, I love this, 75 varieties of native grasses cataloged here. They include, sounds like an international apothecary, Chinese forget-me-not, morning glory, sassafras, Virginia creeper. And that brings us to Johnson Wagner, who's out at 14. And I'm wondering, did you order, Wags, the Wild Cosmos Sensation mix last night as you bellied up to the bar? How are you, Johnson?
I did not, Rich. I'm great. It's a beautiful evening out here at Pinehurst. Maintenance has just come through. Can't describe how much respect I have for the amount of volunteer maintenance staff out here doing the work they do every night to get this place looking as good as it does. I'm left on 14 here. I got a little greedy and I took this bunker on and I covered it. It's only about 325 yards off the tee, so very realistic for where I might be. And it's pretty thin over here, but there's definitely some of these big wiregrass bushes. I'm not going to choose to hit a ball out of here because I don't want to destroy the bush for players that may hit it here, and also it would be just a pitch out. But I've found a nice, pretty decent lie that's given me the hope that I can get this somewhere near the front of the green. But when you look at this lie, there's a little tuft of grass back here, so I'm going to have to come down really steep on that to catch it clean. And the other thing about this stance is, and this is what we're going to see a lot of, pretty decent lies, but where I want my feet to be for this shot, I'm standing right on top of this bush right here. And for this shot, I need to be steep, so I'm going to set up a little bit differently and basically in an uncomfortable position. All right, we're on 14. Probably the most intimidating hole location on this golf course is back right. Maybe it's going to be there tomorrow, maybe it won't. I'm hopeful that it is. I'm 155 yards to the hole. I've got my pitching wedge, which goes about 135, and I'm just basically trying to put this front left of the green and leave it in the best possible spot. If it comes out thin and chases towards the middle of the green, great. But I've got this uncomfortable stance. Just going to kind of try to get it up there, chase it to the front. Oh. Oh, it skipped out of the bunker. Sweet.
We're going to lose Paulie again.
Well, that tuft of grass right behind it, it was hard. My club went down into it, and it just bounced it right into the back of the ball. Well, at least I didn't make a pitch mark, Paul.
You are TV gold, Johnson. There's no doubt about that. Every single time you deliver. Thank you. Even when we gave you a long shot, you delivered. First of all, I wouldn't worry too much about destroying those wiregrass bushes. You've got a spare one on top of your lip there that you can replace it with.
Thank you, Paul.
Just give us a percentage, Johnson. Give us a percentage, the chances when you go into that native area. I mean, would you talk that the players might have a 30% chance of getting on the green from in there? 40%? I mean, what kind of... I know they've planted nearly 200,000 bushes, I believe. You know, what kind of percentage are you looking at there?
I think it depends on the hole and how long your club selection is. If you're on the fourth hole and you're in the wiregrass on the left side, you've got a less than 10% chance. But if you're on 13, we saw Max Homa today on our walk and talk. He'd hit driver with 69 yards out, and he hit it up there to about 10 feet. So with a wedge in play, I would put it more like 80%. But with anything over a 7 or 8 iron, I think it's pretty low.
Right.
All right, so this is where I was trying to hit it. I was trying to hit it just short here. You can see I've got my cup up there on the back right. And for me, this is a putting situation right here. It's a putter situation, but I'm going to hit 2. I'm going to chip 1 with a 9 iron. And when it's been fairly well documented, my struggles with chipping. But what I like to do when I'm struggling with chipping, instead of having my hands low, I like to have my hands high, like this, dig the toe into the ground, and hit a little bump and run with my putter grip and putter stroke. Please sit. Please sit.
I like that you're removing the heel from the potential contact, Johnson. And you're familiar with Bermuda. I know a lot of people that are unfamiliar with Bermuda still use that technique.
Catch a break.
That's going to be a much harder shot from down there, Johnson. But I do like the technique.
That's why I was planning on going there anyway, but I was hoping to chip it close. But this is what this golf course does to you. If you get too aggressive, you end up in these spots. All right, so putter here is the play. And after seeing that one as fast, now granted, they did just roll these greens, okay? So they're fast. I don't know if you've heard. But now the putter is the play. Everybody's been talking about putting it. Got a little bit tentative with that one. But I'd rather be there than where I'm about to go next. And by the way, Paul and Paige, Rich, I've played a lot of competitive rounds of golf out here, North-South Juniors, North-South AMs. I love this place. This back right hole location, I've never hit it over the green here in all my rounds. And I'm going to show you why, because it is absolutely brutal. Ugh. At least it stayed in the fairway.
I think it's important to remind
Look
everybody
at this edge.
that, Johnson, I think it's important to remind everybody that one year you came second on strokes gained around the greens on tour.
Thank you, Paul. I must have made a lot of putts.
But this is also important, though, because there's a psychological aspect to watching the ball disappear off the edge. And it's so easy to see how that can happen. And even Tiger talked about the ping-ponging back and forth. It's incredibly difficult to have that confidence going in. And I can see why you were tentative on your second putt, because you don't want to end up here.
I don't want to end up here. And Tiger and Max Homa have been talking about potentially using a 4-iron or a 5-iron. I don't think this plays in this situation because I've got this lip of kind of flatness that I want to get it over. So I'm thinking it's more of maybe a 7-iron or 8-iron shot from down here. And just try to, like, really, from here, you just don't want it to come back down to your feet. It's too far to putt. I'm certainly not going to take out a lob wedge and try to flop it from here. So I'm going to bump an 8-iron, kind of the way I tried to play that 9-iron from the front. Tiger's been talking and Max has been talking about shutting the face down a little bit and hitting a little sort of running draw. So we'll see if I can't get one on the green. Oh, please stay. That's all I got. I'm not hitting that other one. I'm done for the night.
Love
that ball is going to
it.
go straight in my pocket.
Johnson, on the eve of round number 1, just curious, where do you think the winning score will end up, and which player or players do you like?
Obviously, look, can we just throw Scotty Scheffler out? Obviously, I love Scotty Scheffler. He's amazing. I really like Colin Morikawa. His game is really trending in the right direction. I think Max Homa, his love affair with this golf course, the way he played at the Masters, he legitimately had a chance to win until the 12th hole. I like those guys a lot. I think winning score, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody touched double digits under par at some time, but I think the winning score is going to be 5 under with 3 total players under par for the week.
And why do you say that, with some of the more dire predictions, some thoughts that it could be carnage out there, why do you think they'll get to 5, 6, maybe 8 under par?
I think that when you look at a guy like Scotty Scheffler, he drives it better than anybody in the world. I know Brandel did his thing about distance from the edge of center of the fairway. Scotty hits it so straight and hits his irons so precisely that I think he's going to have the ability to go out and put 2, maybe 3 really solid rounds together. And I'm talking 68, 69, 67, something like that. But this golf course, it is so hard to put 4 rounds in a row together, and that's why I think it's going to come back down to 5-ish and not stay in that 8 range.
Johnson, you talked a lot about the green complexes, and everybody has this week. And on tour, you get, I guess, average greens hit in regulation would be 14 for the season. How many greens in regulation do you think these guys are going to be hitting because of the complexity of these greens?
Well, I think 12 would be a really nice number. I think we'll see some guys touch 14 or 15 for one day. But in talking with Harry Higgs, we had a walk and talk earlier today. He said there's a lot of hole locations out here and you're out of position that you would try to intentionally miss the green in the right spot. And I think here on 14 is a perfect example. You do not get over the back of this green. The front left is some of the flattest fairway on the golf course. So I think greens hit could be a misleading stat. Obviously, it would be nice to hit a lot, but you could have a guy hit 10 or 11, but hit another 5 or 6 in the perfect spot to get up and down.
That's an interesting point.
Johnson, great work. Go get yourself one of those Wild Cosmos sensations, whatever that is. Go have yourself a time. We loved it the last 3 days. We'll see you tomorrow.